are almost catching the wagon every time you miss it?
Yes, you can say that. Focus comes when you have something to get grounded with, so meditation really helps.
So Siddharth, it's amazing to see that you're so busy and you are giving so much of time to your family. I mean, how do you do all of that?
So, what I wanted to say, start with is my life was never productive. It just happened. I took this track after trying and testing different things. So I made a conscious decision because I was living in Bangalore before and I was spending at least 3 hours a day in traffic going and coming back from office. And when I moved from Bangalore to Chennai, that's when I consciously decided that I wanted to cut down all the distractions in my life.
Yeah.
I want to minimize my life.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm a big believer of minimalism and having less and doing more.
Yeah.
And one of the aspects was also to make sure that my entire ecosystem of my lifestyle should be very near. Like, be it my wife's, she's learning her music, by the way, so her college, my son's school, and I work 100% from home. So to answer your question, I'm able to spend more time with my family and run my business because I made a conscious decision that I need to let go of a lot of things, and changing place really helped. Yes.
Awesome. I mean, giving so much of time to your family at this juncture when everyone is going so busy is so much fantastic. So I really want to know from you, Siddharth, that how is that you're able to manage your focus? I mean, you can have a laser beam focus and have a good concentration to be productive.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you manage that?
So for me, I've been brought up with meditation being like a foundation. So every morning I spend an hour or two in doing japa meditation. So I've been connected with the Hare Krishna movement since my childhood. So I do the mantra meditation. So that really helps me get more focus. And there are days that I miss it also. So it's not like perfect. But the first thing is to acknowledge that you're not going to be consistent. And the fact that you're even going to be doing it consistently for some time, it'll be in bursts. So one of my mentors, he said that success is not like a straight line, but it goes up and down as long as the curve is moving up.
Yeah.
That's what we need to keep in mind. So there are going to be dips even in consistency and productivity. So what keeps me focused first is my morning routine,
Right.
which is really a good. I try to plan my day the previous night.
Right.
And I try to plan my week on a Sunday. So whatever at least the major goals, not like to the minute. And I have an idea of what's on my calendar, like for the next maybe 1 month on the major, maybe some important meetings, key events that I need to go to, my travel schedules. I plan that at least 1 month in advance. So having that in mind, then I plan my family time accordingly. So I know when it's my family time, it's focused on them. If I have to pick up my son and drop him to school every day, that's my focus time for him. So to answer your question, focus comes when you have something to get grounded with, so meditation really helps. And also having a calendar of sorts, but also be flexible and don't beat yourself if you're not going to miss it. So that also matters.
Awesome. So you are almost catching the wagon every time you miss it?
Yes, you can say that. And I don't beat myself too much. If I miss an appointment, there's something that pops up in life, because life happens. At the end of the day, you have everything planned, but something else may come through. So just acknowledging that is also it won't make you feel that I've not achieved my goals. There are going to be times in your life where you need to just keep going at it and going with the flow. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So I was going to ask you the second question, that how do you manage your time? But I guess you answered that in the first part already.
Yes.
So do you want to add on something, that what can you tell the audience, that what is the key to time management?
Okay. So managing time, like I have 3-4 core things that I have to do every single day, no matter what. For example, my meditation. I work out also. I go to the gym, so I have my workout time. I really look forward to that time. I was never working out before this. I realized that because I have to travel a lot and I need to keep my energy levels high. So I need to have a good workout regimen also. So that's the second aspect. As far as family is dropping and picking up my son from school, quality time with my wife, because she's also doing different things. So we need to at least connect, even if it's for 10, 15 minutes per day, but we need to have that connection that, yeah, we're there for each other and we need to exchange ideas and thoughts. So these are like, I would say the pillars of the day, which I don't want to negotiate much on, but we make time for it. And for me, my eating schedules are kind of fixed. When I'm traveling, it's not, but I know exactly when I wake up, and so it's like a little bit of a routine that's set in, which I try to follow as much as possible when I'm not traveling. When I'm traveling, it changes. So what I would recommend for all of you is think about your 4 most important things, and how I prioritize is first I want to look at my inner self or my soul. Okay, so I want to nourish my soul. So meditation helps me in that. Then I look at my body, which is my workout, and then comes the family time, and then everything else. My business actually takes place number 4, okay, in priority wise.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And so I can say all these 4 mantras, if you follow, I mean, anyone can manage their time very well. Very nice. So the third segment in our Catalyst category that we have, Siddharth, is consistency.
Okay.
So are you going to give some tips for consistency, for maintaining consistency?
Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, consistency is the key, no doubts. But you should not get bogged down when you don't hit those goals. So my only tip for consistency is to know why you're even doing it in the first place. Because if somebody's pushing it, like if I go to a gym, you would have also experienced this. If you're going to the gym and if your instructor is pushing you, saying that, hey, you got to do this, like the school teacher, we won't do that. In fact, we'll skip it and we'll give different reasons why we don't want to do it.
Yes.
But if you understand deep down, if you understand your reason why, what is really motivating you, the motivation has to come from within.
Right.
So normally people take action and they get consistent only when it comes to a point in their life where it's really a pain. Like for example, somebody's overweight, and only at that minute they decide, okay, I have to go to the gym. Let's not wait for that moment. So coming back to the answer to this question is consistency is something which will come automatically once you know why you're doing what you're doing. And you need to go deep down and start and think about, okay, do I really want to do this or do I not want to do this? In fact, I've written a blog post on this. It's a different twist to things. In fact, I believe in this. It's like when somebody says that they want to do something, actually they don't.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. If somebody really wanted to do something, they would already be doing it. And when they say, okay, I want to go and lose weight, or I want to start eating healthy again, the reason why they're not doing it is deep down subconscious, they really don't want it. They find that as a pain. So coming back to consistency. Consistency can only be achieved once you have an inner motivation and not an external. External motivation are very temporary.
Right.
Your teacher will tell you do this, you'll do your homework for one day, but after that, it's not coming from within. So that's the point I want to hit.
So it comes from within, and you need to identify your why.
So you need to understand really why you want it.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, Siddharth. Next, I want to know that what is the way by which we can develop some self-discipline and willpower, I mean, that would help us to take bigger plunge in life and, set out for our goals.
Absolutely. It's a very, very good question, and I've been pondering over this for a long period of time. See, willpower is... actually, we don't have willpower. Environment is stronger than willpower.
Yes.
You would have heard this in different events. So it's who you associate with. So if you are somebody who's struggling from a smoking habit, you want to get out of smoking, you'll have to change your circle of influence. When you change your circle of friends, everything changes. So, it comes back to this. You tell me who are your 5 people that you associate with closely, and that's how your life is going to be 5 years from now. So, coming back to willpower, the only way to change your circumstances, situations to move in a positive direction is to change your environment, change your friends, change what you put into your mind.
Yes.
So that can change everything.
So you change your environment, you change your willpower.
Yeah, exactly. And you change your life.
Awesome. Awesome. So the final question of this segment, Siddharth, I mean, what do you want to tell our audience that how should they be setting their goals?
Okay. So goals, start off with what really matters to you. Of course, goals can be of various types. You have your personal, goals that you want to aspire and achieve for yourself. You can have spiritual goals for yourself. You can have health goals for yourself, relationship goals, as well as what is the other thing, and your business goals. So if you're able to first identify the different categories of, in which you want to work towards, then you can start bucketing them properly. So if it's going to be health goals, maybe you want to get fit over the next 3 to 6 months. So, and when you're writing goals, it should be very simple and it should focus on one thing.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a book that I read called The One Thing.
Okay.
Okay, and after reading that book, I got a lot of ideas. And it's the question that you ask yourself: what is the one thing that you can do over the next few months to become more healthy? And you'll just get one answer. That's what you need to seek to. What is the one thing that you can do to improve the relationship with your spouse? You'll just get that one answer. The answer will be different to each and every one of you, but you'll get that one answer. So instead of having a list of things to do, many things to do under each bucket, you categorize them into five of these buckets and think about that one thing that you want to focus on. For example, for me, the weekly Monday night webinar is one thing which I can do to inspire the world using technology for them to go and take action on social media.
Right.
So I'm just focusing on that one, and I don't want to change. I don't want to, be inconsistent on that.
Right.
That is the issue.
Right.
So that's my answer. Think about the one thing, and then that will give you the right answer. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Siddharth.
Awesome.
I mean, I also want to tell you that it's because of Siddharth, that I have been able to write my vision statement. So I would want Siddharth to share his vision statement, because this is the end of the interview.
Thank you so much. In fact, I have to say Nirupama has been one of the action takers in my group, and as all of you can see, her influence is growing on social media because of the action that she's taking. And my vision statement, thank you for asking, my vision statement is to help 10,000 people live the internet lifestyle and to build a new breed of digital leaders by the year 2020. Because I know each and every one of you have the potential, you have the knowledge. How you can take that knowledge, use technology like social media to inspire other people and create a ripple effect. So the big world, or what to say, the 50,000 feet view that I'm looking at this, my vision is how I can raise the awareness of the planet leveraging technology and social media. That's my vision.
And can you tell us about some of your upcoming programs that will be coming up?
Sure. Follow me on Facebook. That's the best way. And I keep posting different stuff, and I'll tell you when I'm coming to a city near you. Come and meet me live. I know I would love to meet you in person. Yeah. Great.
Thank you so much. We had a wonderful time and a lot of learning. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much. All the best.